Hello, good people. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, it has been a moment, a lot has been happening. And now, today, I want us to come back with a vibe, with a lot of energy, with a lot of enthusiasm as we look at the emerging issues in our society today. Uh, Climate change is the trending issue. The government has come up with the Green Initiative, and now it is trickling down to the schools. So my discussion today is on climate change mitigation, and being a teacher by profession, I wish to discuss on how we can involve students in climate change mitigations. Students of the 21st century, they really want to have a say on what is going on in the environment. They want to find out the changes in the habits and behaviors and things that are going to change their future, particularly on the environment. And because of that, I want to highlight on what is students' agency when it comes to climate change. So student agency is the capacity to set a goal, to reflect and act responsibly to that effect. The 21st century student wants to act rather than being acted upon. They want to do the shaping rather than being shaped. They want to explore. They want to learn. They want to be learned on how to learn. And, historically, the teaching in school has always offered climate education, but the education has been limited to climate literacy. Now, it is very important for us to know that the students are agents, and they're more likely to have learned how to learn. And that is an invaluable skill in a world in which students are likely to take different jobs and manage multiple real and virtual lives. There is a lot that has been happening. Some areas are lacking rains. Some areas are receiving a lot of rains. At the moment, the weather specialists, they are projecting that there will be El Nino. We don't know the impact. And most of us, we are in fear. We don't know what is going to happen if El Nino comes. Now, the government is introducing a project in schools whereby every school is encouraged to grow over 1,000 trees, a sub-county to have like 500,000 trees. That is one way of trying to curb the challenges that are brought about by climate change. But now, these trees are being grown in schools, and the greatest managers that we're going to have on the ground are the students. These students, they ought to have the value of responsibility. They ought to have a value of patriotism and social justice. Why am I saying this? When they are patriotic, it means they love their school and they'll be able to take up the responsibility of tending to the trees without being pushed around. They'll be able to have that deep understanding of the causes and consequences of climate change as they will be tending to those trees, because they're going to see their environment changing. We have most of the parts in the coast region that are dry. At times it is so windy, there is a lot of sand, the sun is scorching, and the moment the students become the agents of change, then it means as they'll be undertaking the different projects in the school, especially on tree planting, they'll be monitoring, they'll be assessing, and they'll be able to account for the different changes that will be taking place. They'll be able to see that the environment has suddenly changed and now it is turning green. And that knowledge that they'll acquire, the knowledge alone might not lead to significant changes, but when it begins from within, then it means it is going to affect their attitude, their behavior, and mindset on climate changes. My good people, let us pause. Kindly tap on the link, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Support the bold and the iron. Thank you. Everyone knows the reality. We cannot run away from it. Change must start from the grassroots. I believe every household has a child going to school. And even as a CBC is being embraced, there are very many things that the students of the 21st century are able to do that we can't do. And if issues climate are introduced to them at that tender age, they're going to grow to become the agents of change. They're going to embrace the different changes that are taking place, especially on climate. Our learners are creative. They are becoming innovators. They are problem solvers. And I can assure you, they are good communicators. And through that, they can enlighten the world on climate change mitigations. They can enlighten the society on the expectations. Even as the government is working and encouraging everyone to embrace the climate change mitigation. It is going to be easier as the students will be the agents of change. I like to get some opinions from my good people. What can we do as lead instructional leaders in our institutions? What would you like us to encourage the learners to take up? We don't want to keep on putting a lot of emphasis on climate literacy, but we want to focus on the climate education. Like there's an important place for the building foundation, scientific knowledge, which is important. Kindly leave a comment below. Thank you very much. I love you all. Keep following me, and I'm now back, and I promise you that I'm going to bring you very informative, inciting, and educative contents. Thank you very much.